What is happening? Nick J Game Dude here, and we're going to be talking about Oshiete Galko-chan. So, Galko-chan is pretty much sort of a short slice of life, 12 episodes long, 7 minutes an episode, and kind of talks about Gyalko and sort of like the members of her class that she talks to, and have conversations about various things, various subjects, topics, and just generally things that you'd expect to around sort of like high schoolish age. Um, and it's normally like, it always is framed as like a question initially, and then it turns into a bit of like, talking points. And it's with our usually our main characters, three main characters here. So Galko, um, shoot, I've completely forgotten what their names are now. Okay, well, at least if nothing else, it's not particularly memorable. It's okay for the most part. The fact that I couldn't remember um, our three main characters doesn't really help much. So yeah, and then you've got like other side characters that are all over the place. But in saying that, I did actually kind of rush through the whole thing, and I suppose that's kind of like to its detriment because when you rush through a show, you're less likely to remember the characters, the event, or half of what's being spoken of or about. So there is that as well. So I feel like that's more of a limiting factor due to its short length, but I think the source material is written similarly in that way. But yeah, not particularly memorable. I did have a fun time watching it, so it isn't inherently bad by any means. Um, so yeah, I think at the end of the day, because there isn't much to complain about nor much to praise because of its largely short length. Like I think with Bungo Stray Dogs 1, I had a lot more to talk about because it's attached to an existing series and is a bit of an offshoot. Oshiete Galko-chan is just kind of by itself, really, with not much more of a crutch to stand on. And so I think it's just largely okay for the most part. And that's kind of where I stand with the show, is that it just seems to be okay, and that there isn't really much more to talk about. Because again, there isn't really much of a story. There isn't. It's as slice of life as slice of life can get. But sometimes you do want something to be happening that you know makes it a slightly better slice of life. And for me, someone who likes my slice of life, it doesn't. The events don't need to be memorable or anything. You just need to have a really, really fun time sitting down, watching characters kind of do their thing, and at least remember the characters. I feel like Non Non Beauty is kind of like the gold standard for me as far as what slice of life is, what it can be, and all the rest of it. So I think at the end of it all, I'm going to be giving the out of 10 rating on my anime list. Oshiete Galko-chan is certainly going to get a 6 out of 10 from me. I think it's okay for what it's worth. If the characters were more memorable and it was a lot more fun to watch, I could argue a 7. Um, but yeah, as it was fun to watch, but not fun enough. Like I just didn't feel like as if I was enjoying myself as much as I could be, because I feel like most of the topics that were being talked about do kind of relate more to like the sort of female audience. But then when you look at the character designs, you kind of feel like, oh, it feels like this is sort of more aimed towards guys than what you would expect. But yeah, so with all that said and done, if you like these sorts of reviews, give us a like, comment below on what you thought about the show if you've seen it as well, and what you think about my thoughts, because I don't think there really was much to share this time around. And subscribe if you watch my stuff and you enjoy it, because I think more often than not, I think about 99% of people who watch my channel aren't actually subscribed to me. When you get like thousands of views and or hundreds of views, and you've only got like 50 subs, so it just doesn't really land as much. But yeah, if you like my stuff, share it around, talk to other people about it, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.